Derek Chauvin jury reaches a verdict. A verdict has been reached in the trial of Derek Chauvin, according to a notice posted on the Hennepin County Court's website. A verdict has been reached and will be read between 3:30 and 4 p.m. Tuesday, April 20th at in between 4:30 and 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay. This is actually good news. This is good, boys. This is actually good. This is fast. It's very fast. For a murder trial like this, sometimes it takes months. You know, I mean, not months, but like weeks. You know what I mean? So this is really good. All right, the judge is in. Derek Chauvin is back in the court. Court proceedings are starting right now, boys.
Members of the jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, Count 1. Court file number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson, juror number 19.
Let's go.
Same caption, verdict count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th
they
day
hit
of
him in
April
the with the hardest
at
one.
1:45 p.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've said this already, but once again, the uncertainty that we all experienced here, the uncertainty that we all experienced here on this day, that a cop could murder someone in broad daylight with his bare hands,
What I'm going to ask you to do now is
in front of so many people, filmed from numerous angles, where all of the people that were involved tried to stop him, where his own police chief said that this was unacceptable, other members of law enforcement said this was unacceptable, and yet we still were genuinely worried that this might not face justice. That uncertainty alone implies that America still has a very long way to go as far as reaching a actually just justice system. Okay, we're not even talking about racism. Okay, I'm not even getting to the systemic discrimination within the criminal justice system.
1 week after that.
Okay, we're not even over there. We're not even there yet. Okay. Punishment is not justice. I've said this many times for the chatter who pointed that out. You know my point of view. I do not believe in draconian punitive measures. I think that that is a legitimate problem. But this is accountability. This is bare minimum accountability.
Bail is revoked, bond is discharged, and the defendant is remanded to the custody of the Hennepin County Sheriff.
Yep, going to jail, motherfucker.
We're adjourned.
Remember, this doesn't fucking bring George Floyd back. This doesn't begin to address the horrible things that have happened. It's just a tiny first step, a tiny first fucking step towards a semblance of justice or a little bit of accountability for in
Chauvin remanded in the custody of the sheriff.
The state of, once again, I gotta repeat myself, historic for the state of Minnesota, where a white cop for the first time ever has been criminally charged for the murder of a black person. Okay? First time. I can't believe motherfuckers are angry already on Twitter. Dudes are really... Ben Shapiro is really on fucking Twitter right now, upset that a murderer cop, for the first time in fucking Minnesota history, was convicted guilty of murdering a black person. And this motherfucker's already upset. Dude, these people are such fucking clowns, dude. I wasn't gonna look for malding. I wasn't gonna look for fucking gray name takes. But it is so incredible. I'm gonna ratio this piece of shit, dude. I just don't understand how you can be this fucking person. I don't understand how you can look to an instance where, like, you're supposed to uphold the criminal justice system, and like you're still looking for some shit. And don't forget, this is just one case, guys. This is one case. Think about all of the countless times where black people get fucking killed and it's not on camera. or the body camera footage is erased, or the body camera footage, there is no body camera footage to begin with because the leading officer in the case will just be like, turn off your fucking body camera before you do anything. For justice to be served in this instance, it took numerous people trying to interfere. It took countless amounts of actual on the ground first-hand account eyewitnesses. Breonna Taylor never got justice. And ultimately, it's not like George Floyd got justice either, because there is no justice when George Floyd is dead. Like, what is the fucking justice? It's not like he can get unmurdered. This is not justice. This is accountability. What happens next will be justice, depending on what happens next, depending on what comes after this. Then it could start to be justice. But we're not at justice yet. We're at accountability, okay? Steven Crowder is worried that police are going to quit the force. Expect more police to quit in the coming weeks. Motherfucker, if cops are quitting because they can't do murder, like brutal murder with their hands, then like those cops literally should not be on the police force. Like, good. There you go. Fuck you, Steven Crowder, you little bitch. These people should be embarrassed to have these opinions. They should be embarrassed or scared to be able to say things like this in public.
This has to end. We need true justice. That's not one case. That is a social transformation that says that nobody's beneath the law and no one is above it. This verdict reminds us that we must make enduring, systemic, societal change. The work of our generation is to say goodbye to old practices that don't serve us anymore and to put them all behind us. One conviction, even one like this one can create a powerful new opening to shed old practices and reset relationships. So with that, I just want to say that I do hope that people step forward and understand that nobody can do everything, but everybody can do something. You can do something the way like everyday people like Donald Williams and Genevieve Hanson and Christopher Martin and Charles McMillan and all those teenagers and young people stepped up and did something. You can do things like help pass the George Floyd Justice and Accountability Act. It's in your hands. Let's get the work done. And
I'll show you what the fuck Pelosi said. I mean, leave it up to, leave it up to out of touch Democrats or people like Nancy Pelosi to just like drop a fucking dime, just the absolute flaming take.
Thank you, George Floyd, for sacrificing your life for justice, for being there to call out to your mom. How heartbreaking was that? Call out for your mom. I can't breathe. But because of you and because of thousands, millions of people around the world.
Bro, it's like bad if you just say, thank you, George Floyd, for being murdered, right? That's bad enough. But then she's like, thank God you like also called out for your mom. Like, it's so fucking bad, dude. Like, what kind of soulless vampire shit is this, dude? How are you so bad at this? I just don't understand. If you've been a politician for this long, you should know how to fucking fake it. You should literally know how to fake it at this point. Like, it's clear to me that she doesn't give a fuck. But my God, dude. I mean, look, is this, I tweeted this, and I guess Jordan tweeted it as well. But like, listen, that presser is this, okay? It's got real fucking, I'm a white person wearing the kente cloth energy all over that shit. Hey, kind of tight that you died. Like, whatever, dude. Like, justice is fucking served, dude. You died to fucking end racism, dude. Thanks, George Floyd. We got a W in the court case. I don't know. I feel like if it were up to him or his family, like, they probably wouldn't want him dead. I'm just saying, like, anyway, let's go back to fucking Greg Gutfeld now. So, like, it's hard for the poor conservatives. My heart aches for the conservatives that are out and about, trying desperately to find an acceptable way of, looking disappointed with this trial that will not immediately scream that they're basically saying the N-word, okay? That's what the fuck they are looking for right now. They're looking for a way that they can, like, kind of say, like, oh, man, justice really wasn't served. It's not easy to do that, okay? It's not easy to do that. So my heart goes out to them. Like, they are the real victims in this situation, obviously. The ones who are still trying to, be as racist as possible in an instance where, justice was, like, seemingly served, So Greg decided to hit the angle of, instead of just straight up saying it, he hit the angle of, like, here, I'll just leave it up to Greg to mention it, okay?
And now I'm going to just get really selfish. I'm glad that he was found guilty on all charges. Yeah. Even if he might not be guilty of all charges. Oh my God. I am glad that he is guilty of all charges because I want a verdict that keeps this country from going up in flames.
Bro, when you got other Fox News commentators audibly groaning at your take, there's another Fox News commentator in the room who's like, oh, come on, Greg. Like, what a loser, dude.
Oh my goodness.
No. Like, even the other hosts are like, come on. What the fuck?
Oh my goodness.
No.
What do you mean?
Look, Greg.
Dude, you can't be to the right on Judge Janine motherfucking Perot. Wait, there's a second Gutfeld? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Minutes ago, and I got to tell you, I heard Greg a few minutes ago, and I got to tell you, I don't know, Greg is off his meds if he believes that there was not evidence.
Excuse me?
That's what I'm saying.
What did you say?
Let me finish.
What did you say?
Excuse
me? What did he say? Am I off my meds?
Not evidence.
You're lucky you're not around here.
Let me finish. If you do.
Bro, why is Greg Gutfeld like operating as though he's been personally slighted? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I can't believe like police can't kill black people with their bare hands. Or in this one instance, a cop that killed a black person with his bare hands, like, is getting his day in court. Like, this is making me so mad. Like, what? Like, why are you personally offended in this instance? Like what level of racism is Greg Gutfeld on right now? Question for everyone who didn't think the election mattered. If Trump was still president, do you think he'd pardon Chauvin right now? Or do you think he would have counter-programmed an announcement against the verdict reading? Yeah, I mean, the problems that reoccur, the patterns that reoccur in the George Floyd case and Daunte Wright, from all the way down from the paperwork, the training that the officers were taught, all the way up to the criminal justice system. The entire system is fundamentally flawed. The entire system is slanted against black and brown individuals and poor people in general. So it does not matter if Joe Biden is the president or Donald Trump is the president. Sure, there are other aggravating factors when you have a reactionary president. Donald Trump being president galvanizes, emboldens these racist dipshits, right? But these issues have been around. These factors, these principles, these fundamentals that are a really, unfortunately, important part of American history. These fundamentals have been around for a very long time. They've been around a lot longer than Joe Biden has, and goddamn Joe Biden has been around for a very long fucking time. And unfortunately, they will continue to be a problem. That's why I make fun of Nancy Pelosi when she says stuff like, oh, I'm glad that, you know, come on, shouts out to George Floyd for dying. This is not, as I've said already, this is not justice. What happened today is not justice. What happened today is the first step towards justice. What happened today is yet another instance of accountability against the police force, accountability against police brutality. And what happened today is the first step towards justice.
You saw Derek Chauvin putting his hands behind his back, being handcuffed and led out of the court. What did you think?
Justice. People were suspecting that Van Jones would cry today, no matter what happened.
I've seen so many kids who've done so much less than him walk out of courtrooms in handcuffs with much less evidence. I've seen kids do 20 years, 30 years on snitch evidence. Just one kid testify against another kid and go away to prison. You don't have TV cameras and body cameras and cell phones. So many young people from that community.
He does have really good takes, though.
And cops getting away with murder over and over again. That's what justice looks like. When people all we want is the police to obey the law. We're not asking for anything but that. For the police to obey the law. And when they break the law, they should have handcuffs just like anybody else. We don't want them to be below us or beneath us. They should obey the law. That is what justice looks like.
Worth remember the initial statement by the police? Yeah. This is how the Minneapolis police originally reported George Floyd's murder, right? They said, man dies after medical incident during police interaction. On Monday evening, shortly after 8 p.m., officers from the Minneapolis Police Department responded to a 3700 block of Chicago Avenue South on a report of forgery in progress. Officers were advised that the suspect was sitting on top of a blue car and appeared to be under the influence. Two officers arrived and located the suspect, a male believed to be in his 40s, in his car. He was ordered to step from his car. After he got out, he physically resisted officers. Officers were able to get the suspect into handcuffs and noted He appeared to be suffering medical distress. Officers called for an ambulance. He was transported to the Hennepin County Medical Center by an ambulance where he died short time later. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because if it wasn't for cameras, if it wasn't for body cameras, if it wasn't for the numerous witnesses, if it wasn't for the testimony of the 911 dispatcher, if it wasn't for all of these people coming together and saying, "What the fuck are you doing?" George Floyd would be like the hundreds of local news stories that you never hear about. So I need you to remember that. That's the reason why, like, this is a first fucking step. And this shit happens all the goddamn time, dude. It went viral because people filmed it, because people were upset, because people were so disturbed. They were so disturbed that they got mad. They took to the streets. They showed their righteous anger in this circumstance, and a little bit of change occurred. It shouldn't take this much to get justice. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite Malcolm X quotes. I've talked about this before many times. Here you go. It's the knife in the back.
You feel, however, that we're making progress in this country and worldwide?
No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. They won't even admit the knife is there.
Maybe we are at acknowledging the knife is there, almost maybe. I mean, kind of. Are you a Cash App streamer now? No, I'm not a fucking Cash App streamer, chat. I'm doing a tournament that Cash App is sponsoring, an Uno tournament that Cash App is sponsoring. I wanted to do so I would, you know, hang out with Will and all this shit. Who's gonna cook your tendies today? I don't know. I'm just gonna eat whatever the fuck they got here today. I am not a part of 100 Thieves.